there everyone, my name's Miranda and today I'm here to finally do my spoiler talk for Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. If you haven't read the book yet or are in the process of reading it and don't want to be spoiled for what happens, never fear, for I have a whole spoiler-free book talk, which I will leave a link to in the description box down below. So if you haven't read the book, or like I said, are in the process of reading it, go check that video out if you want, or just continue to read the book. It's up to you, but bye for now, non-spoilers. Lady Midnight, I have said multiple times over and over that it is absolutely my favorite book in the whole Shadowhunter world, including Infernal Devices. Starts with Emma, who is just such an amazing badass character. I knew before this book even came out that she was supposed to be like the Jace, like girl version of Jace, so I knew immediately that I was gonna love her, but I feel like she's still slightly less damaged than Jace was. I mean, her whole mission in this book is to find out who killed her parents, but at the same time she still had years of being loved by her parents and being taken in by the Blackthorns after all that happened. So I really loved her. I thought she was super badass, super cool, and I just kind of liked her whole relationship with Julian, because going in, like, we knew this was a story about Parabatai falling in love and why they're not supposed to fall in love. And we also kind of knew, like, I had guessed that Julian had been in love with Emma since he was like 13, but we also saw what I thought was cool in this book, Emma start to realize her feelings for Julian and see that come into play, and how when she almost lost him and had to take care of him and heal him and he was like on the cusp of death, that's when she finally realized that if she lost him, it would be more than losing like a brother or more than losing her Parabatai. It would be losing the love of her life. So I really like that we kind of got to witness not exactly Emma falling in love, but Emma realizing that she's been in love with this man for so long, and I thought it was really, really sweet. And it also moved very fast, but the book is huge, so it didn't feel like rushed or insta-lovey because they've grown up with each other. They've kind of known each other since they were little kids, so it was more just like her realizing her feelings instead of all of a sudden being like, I just met you and I love you, which I really liked. I'm a sucker for best friends falling in love. Like, let's be honest, I think everyone is, and I love how quickly their relationship moved, but at the same time, it was a little bittersweet because, like, I did not expect them to hanky-panky and do the no pants dance in this book, and they had done it by page like 120, and I was just like, there are 400 more pages left. What's going to happen? Because, like, you can literally, like, equate things in books, especially Cassandra Clare books, with, like, the sooner someone is happier, the quicker and more harsh the downfall and the pain and the feels are going to come, because you know it can't end well. And in this case, it definitely didn't. I was kind of shocked by the Parabatai thing. I mean, I hadn't guessed that, like, Parabatai go crazy if you fall in love, but on the one hand, I don't know if I truly believe that. Like, we definitely saw, like, aspects of how their powers were getting stronger, like when she healed Julian and when he gave her the rune and it was kind of like glowing and she was like, that's not supposed to happen. So there could be a truth to it, but at the same time, maybe they don't exactly go crazy. They just become, like, stronger than normal Shadowhunters, and the Clave doesn't want that, because we've seen the Clave kind of not want certain things and, like, make them worse than they really are. So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Cassandra Clare has kind of been like, no, this is actually showing the Clave in a good light. Like, they do a lot of bad stuff, but the Parabatai law is actually one that makes sense. But I don't know if I technically believe it. And then two, they've said, like, multiple times in this book that Clary has made, like, tons and tons of new runes. So why can Emma just not call up Clary and be like, yo, bro, I fell in love with my Parabatai. Can you make me a rune that breaks the Parabatai bond? And if Clary tries to judge her, just remind her how she kissed Jace multiple times when she thought he was her brother. On one hand, I feel like there's kind of a simple fix to this Parabatai solution, which makes it harder for me to, like, live with the struggle of, oh, we can't be together and stuff like that. But it was still really heartbreaking when Emma realized that you truly have to not be in love with the person, so she sacrificed herself, because she's always going to be in love with Jules. She's always going to feel things for him, but as long as he doesn't love her, then they'll be fine. So she's trying to make it so Jules won't be in love with her, and she'll just carry around this torch for him, knowing that in doing so, she's saving him and saving herself from going crazy and losing his family, which is one of the most important things to Jules. So it was really heartbreaking. But I need to discuss the end scene real quick, because what the crap was that? Like, yes, I get that her plan was to go find Mark and be like, let's pretend we're in love. Like, who the frick is gonna buy? Like, if Julian buys that, he's an idiot. I know he said, like, that would break me, but, like, she has said, like, multiple times, I don't like Mark like that. So he would be dumb if he believes it, but he's probably going to, because plot twist. But I went to Mark and was like, yo bro, we need to be in love. And like if people ask, like we kiss and we make out and stuff, and Mark is like, okay, I'm all for this. And then he like awkwardly, like in 2.5 seconds, like you have to understand, I liked Mark up until this point, but then in like 2.5 seconds, all of a sudden he turns into like super creeper mode and is like, why lie? And like closes the door, and that's how it ends. And I'm like, that's super creepy, because that's basically non-consensual, whatever you're doing, because she said that she wants you to say they kiss and probably hold hands and have hanky-panky, whatever you want. She said, say it. If people ask, say it. And he's like, why should we lie that we're in love? Why should we lie that they... And I'm just like, you're being super creepy right now, and this is not what she wants. She wants you to lie. She doesn't want you to actually do this stuff with her. So like the fact that he's suggesting it, like even if she goes along with it, I'm never going to be comfortable with that, and I kind of don't like Mark for it, and I don't like Cassandra Clare for writing it, because it was super creepy and super weird and super like I said, just creeper face and assaulty, and like brought up issues of consent that I really, really didn't like. So that was very strange. And as much as I'm looking forward to the next book, I'm not looking forward to this whole love triangle thing we're gonna have playing out with Mark and Julian and Emma, because honestly my least favorite parts of Julian were when he got jealous of Mark, because I felt like it was dumb and it was out of character for Julian, because he always had such like a strong concrete belief in Emma. So for him to be like, oh, you're with my brother, you had a crush on my brother when you were 12, so obviously that's carried on, like I just felt like it was really oblivious on Julian's part and really out of character and kind of just being written for the sake of having this drama in their relationship. But almost like it more if Emma and Mark were like conspirators in this, like trying to keep Julian safe, rather than like Mark actually trying to do these things with Emma. I don't think he has feelings for Emma, but I think we're gonna start like playing around with a romance in the next book, and maybe even in the third book, kind of like Clary and Simon, where it's gonna be weird and we all know it's not gonna work out, but like it's just, it's not gonna be fun to read. And then the ending epilogue really is what drew me in, because I did not expect that at all. Like I thought they were good. I was having flashbacks to Blood of Olympus. I was like, did someone get a nosebleed and accidentally woke this chick up? But she's back, and it kind of makes sense because we kind of wrapped up ish. Malcolm disappeared, which I don't believe for a second he's not coming back. Unless you see a body, you do not believe that that person is dead. And even if you see the body, unless you burn it, you do not believe that that person is really gone. So I would not be surprised if Malcolm comes back, but never in my life did I think that Annabelle was going to come back, because I thought they stopped the ritual. So when I read that, I was like, oh crap. Oh crap, this is going bad. And I don't know, like, she's a Blackthorn, so like, is she gonna be mad at the Blackthorns that like they locked her up, or they're related to the people that locked her up, or is she gonna be like, this is my family, I must protect them? It raises a lot of interesting questions, and I have no idea where it's going. But overall, I really, really love this book. It's just that some of the things, mainly the love interest, Mark, Emma, Julian, even Cristina and her whole weird thing she had going on with Diego, and how Mark was like jealous of that. I just don't like where it's headed relationship-wise, I guess, if that makes sense. Like the story itself with Annabelle being awake and she being like the bad guy they have to stop now, I think is very fascinating. But the whole like relationship thing I think is just dumb, and especially with the parabatai thing, like I said, because you can just call Clary, be like, yo girl, hook me up, and that's it. So I definitely give this book 5 out of 5 stars, and if you have read it, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments, and also make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel down below to be able to make all sorts of new videos. And I'm so excited for the next book in this series, and I can't wait to see the cover, and it's just gonna be great, even though it's probably gonna break our hearts. So Emma and Julian forever. Woo! Call Clary, please, to draw a room. Thank you. Bye.